Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. So today we are going to be reacting to The Gods We Can Touch by Aurora, and I am so excited for this. I got up about 7 in the morning and had breakfast quite early and started getting ready like super early just because I wanted to listen to this as soon as possible. I've been so excited for it. I've even tried not listening to like other little releases that she's had since I did my last reaction and stuff, because I just really wanted to wait for the album. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. If you'd like to become a patron, please do. All the stuff in the description, links and stuff in the description. If you haven't followed me on Instagram already and would like to, please do, and I'll follow you back if you want me to. Yeah, and please like and subscribe, of course. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put the headphones on over these curls. I thought I'd just do a little close-up, show you what the makeup looks like too. Just did some sort of like stars, because I noticed that she had some stars on her face in a couple pictures relating to this album, and it's called Gods We Can Touch, so I wanted to do something kind of like, you know, like angelic, kind of sparkly. You know. But yeah, let's go. I'm so excited. First song is called The Forbidden Fruits of Eden, and it's only 40 seconds. Well, like, yeah, it's an intro. So yeah, well, let me try and put this on first. Well, I think that's about as best as I can do. It's pretty crazy. I just really wanted to do something curly and, you know, fabulous, but yeah, I did think like the headphone situation might be a bit crazy, but I'm cool with that. I think that looks kind of good, you know. I feel like I look like I'm going to like a prom or something though. But anyway, let's go for it. The Forbidden Fruits of Eden. Beautiful. Ah. Oh, I know I shouldn't really pause it and just let this one go because it's only 40 seconds. But that like middle vocal, the that one I like the most. It really stands out to me. Can't tell if it's the lowest one, but it sounds beautiful. Wow, what a lovely little introduction. Just some beautiful harmonic Aurora vocals, just setting the scene of what this album's going to be. Okay, next song is called Everything Matters, and this is technically the first song of the album, with Pom. Ooh, nice. I really like that.
I'm driving your car with you, sleeping in the seat next to me like a baby. You twist and you turn, you're trying. Look at it go, look at it dance over the sky like a rocket. A love machine, a cinematic dream.
This is very cinematic. This is like,
and it hurts when
this actually reminds me of Lana Del Rey, like a lot. And those little melodies and scales she's using, very Spanishy, very Greek, you know. I know a lot of this will have to do with like some sort of Greek mythology in some parts, possibly like Gods We Can Touch. And, you know, I think going off of the, going off what I've seen and heard so far, but it sounds so beautiful. It's gorgeous.
'Cause everything matters to me. To me, you're a part of the dawn, where the light comes from the dark, an atom and a star. You're a part of the movement, and everything matters.
I'm blown away. I'm sorry, but when that beat came in, that just gave me extra Lana Del Rey moments, but still so Aurora, and like her little trills and such. Just like, it's still so Aurora and so beautiful, but it is maturer, and she's leaning into a different kind of genre here, but sticking to the same theme, and the lyrics just so beautiful and just so like, we matter, everything matters. But I'm in love with this, and those harmonies, what?
It dances and it twirls on top of the world. It is good and it hurts. Look at it go. Look at it dance over the skyline.
That grittier synth.
At each pleasure you feel is real.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
You're part of the dawn where the light.
Also a really nice break in the music for that lyric, that important lyric. And the pleasure you feel is real. When you take a break in the music, it's very much trying to get those words across so you can hear them. It's like an important moment for you to hear, and that was done in that part, which means those lyrics are very prominent for what she wanted to get across.
From the dark, you're a part
Important.
of the morning, and everything matters. Here we are, an atom and a star.
I love that. That's really different.
To me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. Quelque part avant l'aube, quand la lumière va nous voir, toi et moi.
So this is
Dans la
Pom.
nuit, on trouvera quelque part où déposer les fleurs qu'on accueille.
Oh, it's like heavenly. That piano. So the piano is done by Askel and Aurora. That's gorgeous. Wow. What an incredible first track. You know, there was something so emotive about it, and melancholy in a way, but with enlightening and positive message. But it was just so soothing. It felt like you were being held, and it was just like, and washed away at the same time. Just, I wonder if that's really going to say something for the rest of the album. But that just was genuinely phenomenal. And I know it's the first song, but I already want to say that's my favourite song. But how many times have I done that now? Every time I hear a new Aurora song, I'm like, it's my favourite, it's my favourite. Because they just get better and better, or they stay on par with each other. It's just, okay. I actually kind of don't know what to say, so I'm just going to carry on. Next one is Giving Into the Love, which obviously I have heard, but I'm excited to hear it again.
I'm losing my connection. I'm tired of the rules and your corrections. I want to live my life, be all of its pages. I guess that I'm too much. I never know how to keep in touch. If I'll be somebody, I'll never let my skin decide for me. Give into the love, give into the love, give into the love, the love, the love, the love. The television cries, and now my mind hurts. The world so much changed for it. I never had the world so much changed for it. Get into love, get into love, get into love, the love, the love, the love.
I love that bit. So cute. The way it just feels so epic. Ah, gorgeous. Don't you think, like, in a way, that feels like that should have been the first song because of its, like, epicness? And when you think of, like, previous albums, like, the first song's always kind of, like, more big, if you know what I mean. But, I love that it kind of wasn't, though, this time. I felt like that Everything Matters made more sense to be the first song in a weird way because it really captured my attention to be like, wow, that's different. But I just love that song. Giving Into Love is such a cutie. Okay, and then next we've got Cure For Me, which again, I already know, but we're just going to go with it. It's so fun. Honestly, it's kind of fun just to bop to the ones I do know. But I am excited because the next one I do not know. And it is called You Keep Me Crawling. Huh. I wonder if that's going to be a bit more of a slowed down one again, like a bit more of a chill one again. Seems like it's going to be quite emotive, like you keep me crawling, like you keep me like, it's almost like begging or pleading. Anyway, let's hear it.
If I keep forgiving, maybe I'll believe that you never meant for life to hurt for me. Maybe
again with those
I'll
beautiful melodies.
But I'm weak and small. Why do I keep
begging?
Like the end?
Like I was saying.
Though you keep me crawling on my knees. Oh, you keep me crawling on my knees.
Goosebumps. I have so much chills. Honestly, I don't think there's another artist that does quite this thing to me. Not quite this. This reaction is going to be terrible because I don't know what to say because it's just mainly feeling. I've got chills everywhere, and then she just amped up a little bit more, and then I got extra chills on chills. I don't understand how she does this. Actually, I think how she does this is she stays an authentic being. She stays very true to herself, and she is authentic, and all her music is coming out from love, passion, peace, wanting the world to be a better place, equality, and so on. Obviously, this song is, you know, Lord, you keep me crawling on my knees. It's a bit more about being begging and so on like that, but it's come from such a real place. Everything feels so natural and real. It's not like, oh, I've got to go to the studio and write a song. It's, I need to get this out. Is what it feels like, and that's how it always sounds so amazing.
If I keep confessing, maybe I'll believe that you're not
very jazzy in a way, and Spanishy again.
Why do you keep hunting like an animal? Maybe it's
so beautiful.
Giving into love should set me free.
Oh my Lord. That was just too beautiful. What? Oh, so it sounds like she's kind of being like, you know, giving into love shouldn't hurt. Giving into love should set me free. But maybe she's saying giving into love is difficult and therefore can be hurtful because it's so hard to do. Bad things that happen and so on keep pushing her back and so on. But anyway, next one is Exist for Love. Also, didn't we all think that Cure For Me wasn't going to be on the album, but here it is. Love that. Okay, Exist for Love. And Exist for Love, right? Yeah, I swear, like, everyone didn't think Exist for Love would be on the album too. But here it is. Really love that. Okay, go. It's nice how the last one ends on giving into love, and now this is all about existing for love. This is actually the enlightenment part of actually feeling love.
They say there is a war I've never felt like this before. My heart knew that I could've. And when I take your hand, like the world has never held a man, I know I cannot heal the hurt, but I will hold you here forever. And then I learned the truth, how everything good in life seems to lead back to you. And
So beautiful. It really reminds me of something.
Like I exist for love, only for love. 'Cause when you walked into my
Oh, the
life,
double vocal.
I could feel my life begin.
This is the first real time that I'm reading the lyrics properly as well, because I've heard the songs a few times since doing the reaction, but like never really listened deeply into the lyrics, because again, I did want to save it for the album, not gonna lie. And as I've looked into the lyrics of Giving Into Love, Cure For Me and Exist For Love, it just makes the song even better. I'm so happy I waited to really dive into them, because now I get to really feel them all on a deep level, and this one is just, it's breaking me and making me all at once.
We are leaning out for love, and we will lean for love forever. And then I learned the truth, how everything good in life seems to lead back to you. And every single time I run into your arms, I feel like I exist for love. We'll be diving in like nothing is out of place, and we exist. And I love you, I love you, I love you. And I love you, I love you, I love you.
So freaking gorgeous. I'm really sad that I'm pretty much halfway through the album. Like, what? I'm like genuinely annoyed. I'm like, no. This is going to be the album I'm listening to on repeat. This is it. This is the album I'm going to be listening to on repeat. This is, oh. I'm just so happy right now. I know it seems like I've just gone like dropped a level, but it's because I'm happy. It doesn't make sense. I'm just blown away. Okay. Next song is Heathens. Did I hear Heathens?
She bargains with the world, so everything she wants will come to her. With no greed inside her mind, she knows what she deserves. She gave her love, her gift of life, so we could live with her.
Wow.
That is why we live like heathens, stealing from the trees of Eden, living in the arms of freedom.
The words.
That is why we live like heathens.
Wow. This one, sorry, I stopped right before it got into it there, but this one, ooh, it just feels very like, it's like reminding you, if you know what I mean, like of the greatness that we have here, Mother Earth has given us, and so on, and or God, you know, whoever that may be, or the universe, you know what I mean, all the beauty we've got from it and how we destroy it, and that makes us heathens in a way. It's like we've like really like betrayed what we were given, and that just makes you go, yeah, that is true. Every single one of us, actually.
The stone, the dirt, the dust, the unforgiving promise made to us, we're guided by the lust.
Wow. and Eve. Oh, her vocal. So delicate. Reminds me of Marina. Okay, that one took me somewhere else. I think I said that already about other songs, but this one just gripped me in a sense of like, it was tribal for a minute there. And it felt like I was just like really listening to the lyrics and the sounds all merged together. And I could just see like dark, like jungly forests and clashes of blue and purple and pain and pleasure all at once. Aurora has said something about the song and I really want to read it. She said via NME, "A long, long time ago, Eve took a bite of a forbidden apple hanging from the tree of evil and good. In her act of doing so, she granted humans free will. I just think that is very beautiful, and I wanted to honour her and women like her, who little by little granted us freedom in this world. A freedom to live as we please, to explore and taste. I think life should be lived in all of its colours, and that is why we live like heathens." She has also said, "The mother in this song, she offers love and room and a home to all the people that aren't welcome elsewhere. That's the spirit of the song. It's very inspired by women, especially how many women have been punished and burned just for being women. It's an ode to women." Wow, see, I didn't really pick up on that very quickly, I suppose, but I really, really liked reading that. That's like, wow, that's really nice that she's written that, and it's really powerful actually. In a weird way, I feel like, you know, how she's saying this is why we live like heathens. You know, heathen isn't necessarily a good thing. I used to think heathen meant like enemy or something, or maybe I'm getting it wrong though. Maybe I'll look up what heathen actually means. A person who does not belong to a widely held religion, especially who is not Christian, Jew or Muslim, as regarded by those who do. Oh, okay, so someone that's just basically not religious? Basically? Okay, that's cool. That is interesting. You know, Eve took the apple from the tree when she wasn't meant to because of the, you know, wanting the desire to take it. And then we got, you know, free will sort of thing. She kind of betrayed the religion in a way. And that's how we get to all have choices and so on now. I'm not entirely sure. And this is an ode to her and to, you know, like she said, women alike who have helped us along the way, you know, when you think of the suffragettes and so on. And just even more than that, like just little things that women do every day to try and make the place a better place and more equality between females and males, if you know what I mean. So that's a really beautiful song and I really like the meaning, and I always think it's so powerful when an artist speaks up on those sort of matters, for sure. It really makes me feel really happy, and it's a really good, it's just nice to hear such a beautiful song about that. But anyway, the next song is called The Innocent. Okay.
I have been a dancer but without her feet. I've been a lion but without its teeth. You give your all
like this jaunty kind of tune. I'm gonna do like a salsa dance to this. I could just see, like, you know, come on, you can just see like the kind of swishing red dresses here, like, you know, and dancing with their partners, doing some sort of salsa-y dance. I don't know what kind of dance, but something, you know, like that. So I love it. I love it. Yeah, really nice little jaunty tune with the piano as well.
When everyone thought he had a heart of gold, I remember how we used to play. He'd let me win if I let him stay. Left without a single trace. To love, let me into your heart. You never let me.
Oh, I like that.
You never let me into your heart. You never let me into your heart. The innocent life, the innocent heart, the innocent life, the innocent touch is memory of the ones who love. I lay you down in the cold of the water, watching you drown for the sake of the torture. You would never let me into your heart. 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 The ones who love.
Interesting.
The ones who love. The ones who love.
Very catchy. Oh. Break it down now. That's cool. I like that ending. Wow, I can really imagine some amazing dances happening to that one. Like, I definitely feel like they should use that on like dance shows and stuff like that, because that is perfect for that sort of thing. Wow. So Aurora has said, it's the wildest song on the album, I think. I imagine all these people dancing naked around a fireplace. That's very innocent. Our bodies are very pure, beautiful things, and it's a shame that we've managed to make it something not pure. It's the sexualization of innocent things that make the world dangerous. I love that. Yeah, I really wish that things could be a bit more innocent, actually. Because, like, I don't know, but for me personally as a woman, when I was single, I couldn't have one single bloody guy friend, because you'd think they were a friend and then it would turn out that they just want you in a sexual way. And it really, really didn't make me trust men at all. And I did have a few guy friends, but they're not my friends now, you know what I mean? It's like, well, you're not my friend now, so like, you couldn't have cared that much, or maybe you did just want one thing. And I don't know, it's very strange, like the male and female thing. When I see them, like friendships between male and female, I always feel like, why couldn't I ever have that? I just feel like, personally, no one ever saw it as innocent, whereas I definitely did. I actually needed to have some male friends to make me feel more confident, you know, and feel like I could trust men. And you know, because I actually love hanging out with guys, in the sense of like, I love like having a chat with guys. I feel like I'm on a good level and stuff like that with them sometimes, but then it would always kind of turn out not so great, and I'd always be like, why can't we just be bloody friends, right? But so yeah, I understand that for that. And also like sexualizing innocent things that makes the world dangerous, you know, that sexualizing pretty much anything and everything. That's kind of what our world does to sell things too, and it's kind of just ugh. But yeah, I very much understand this and resonate with it in a beautiful way. Anyway, next song, Exhale, Inhale. Whew, therapeutic. It's exhale first. Okay, interesting. What if you don't have any air to exhale? Okay, right. First of all, when you think of inhale, exhale, that way round, like, that feels therapeutic, right? But thinking of exhale, inhale, like, feels like you're like hyping, you're tensing yourself up for something. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it feels like you're going, holding your breath. Okay, let's just go for it. I think I'm being a bit weird. Beautiful.
I was a moving thing before I was a human being. I was the ice before it melts. I was the tree before it fell. Do you understand what is happening? Crawl beneath the earth to feel the hunger and the thirst. My dear, come near. Do you understand
Beautiful.
what is happening?
Wow, okay, so this is a lot more like slower, but like really enhancing the lyrics. Interesting, like, do you understand what's happening? It's like, who is actually talking to her, or is she talking to someone else? But, you know, it seems very just like in that very spiritual mindset, you know, before I was a human being, I was the ice before it melts, a tree before it fell, you know, I was many things that were alive before it died. I was also thinking, like, I don't know if you've seen the show, the OA, but like, oh, what an amazing show. I just feel like Aurora and her lyrics sometimes remind me of the OA, with just how like beautiful and kind of before life and after death kind of lyrics, and about our world and that hyper awareness and stuff, and angelic kind of thoughts, and, you know, like kind of like spacey thoughts. I don't know the word, just like very spiritual in that way. Which is, I resonate with hugely, but I reckon she would have done some beautiful songs on the OA. But anyway, let's keep going.
Who is calling me for the emergency? Who is listening to the sirens singing?
Oh.
No solution for the scare, tasting pollution in the air. My dear, come near. Do you feel my hand? It is there.
Wow.
Exhale, inhale, 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 inhale.
It's nice actually with the exhale, inhale, like that's a really soothing little moment as well. And it really does remind you to breathe for a minute, you know, thinking about things like, we are stood and somehow calm within the madness of the storm, with no solution for the scare, tasting pollution in the air. That can really freak some people out, like our world is falling to pieces and we just do nothing basically. But to some people it's a really scary thought, for a lot of people actually. And in that moment of exhale, inhale, just like, it's okay, it's going to be okay, just keep your head and keep it cool. And do you feel my hand? It is there. Sounds like Aurora singing to the listeners actually, and being like, I'm here, it's okay, I'll hold your hand. And it's like the thoughts before them, my dear, come near, they almost feel like someone's anxiety thoughts and so on. And she's at the end going, my dear, come near, do you feel my hand? It says, like her going, it's okay, it's okay. Also, what I like about the exhale, inhale, I've heard it on a few songs. Actually, a really like amazing local artist that I love. He does a song where about anxiety completely. The whole song is about anxiety, and at the end he just goes, breathe in, breathe out, and he does it for like a little while, and he does it in the like perfect timing of to breathe. And when I first heard something like that and him do that, I thought that's an incredible song. And so hearing it again, I don't know, it just makes me think of that. So that's why I think it could be about anxiety and so on. I'll look at what she said after. also that I like that too. Who's calling me for the emergency? Like, it's almost like she's saying like, oh, who needs me? Who needs me? Do you know what I mean? And so on. But then who's listening to the siren singing? That's a very nice play on words, because siren singing like a siren mermaid luring you, and a siren song is meant to be the most beautiful song. And then, but also with emergency, you think of sirens like an ambulance siren, you know, or like a police siren, something that would cause anxiety. But who's listening to the siren singing? You know, mixing those together, being like something that's kind of scary, but also something beautiful. I don't know, it just brings balance to the whole word. It soothes it somehow. I don't know. It sounds cool though. Wow. I like that little ending actually. That was really nice. Right, I'm going to quickly see what Aurora said about it before I go on to the next song. She says, I think very carefully about how I place the songs on every album. I knew that after The Innocent, I would want something extremely open to remind people to breathe again. Exhale, Inhale is about breath, to remember to breathe about anxiety for yourself, for the world, for your part in this world. Oh, okay. That's amazing. So yeah, talk about anxiety and so on, which I kind of mentioned. But wow, that's really cool. And it's just nice that what I like to pick up from that is that she knew where to place it, and placing it there was what felt right to her and what she felt like would feel good for the listeners too. I really like it when people think about those things. Next song is called A Temporary High. Oh. What the?
It seems like we
that like dance beat muted underneath.
Living dangerously. Our heart sings a temporary love. Her love is a temporary high.
Wow.
And you're running to the shore.
Oh yeah, running with them. Yeah. I always talk about that.
Howling back at you. When you're ahead, she's coming after. And when you run, she's running faster. And when she loves you, better hope her love is not a temporary high.
Nice. I always talk about how like that dun, 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 always feels like a travelling feeling. Like often when you hear a song that goes dun 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 dun, you'll get that feeling of moving forward, like always moving forward. And of course it makes sense. She's literally saying running, coming after you. Do you know what I mean? But interesting, who is she talking about? Aurora says, a temporary high is inspired by a woman that is very fascinating. If she was your present, she would be confusing. If she was your past, you wouldn't be able to escape her. If she is your future, you won't be able to keep up with her. Ooh, that's really cool. Like, what an interesting little, like, storyline. I like it. It's got a Western aspect, doesn't it? Riding on your horse. To this woman on her horse with a flowing white dress. I can imagine a very cool video to this. Fun!
Your hands as blue as eyes. You reach towards the sky.
Oh my gosh!
Back at
A temporary high. You better hold that her love is not a temporary high. Nice. That one was definitely a lot of fun, I felt. And like it's really nice because it's a bit more less about her and like about the world and so on. It's a less deep, more fun, and I think that really breaks up the album too, like just to give it a little bit of light here and there. Obviously the actual, you know, story of a woman that is not quite like, that's always out of reach in a way, is kind of a sad story, but at the same time it's exciting, isn't it? It's fun. It's like, you know, like, wow, there are a lot of women like that who are just striking and phenomenal in that way. But, you know, and it's normally you hear about the man who like is a bit of a player, or, you know, who doesn't always, can't settle down, can't commit. But there are women like that too. And, you know, it can be exciting. And also, it made me, you know how I was saying, like, I could just imagine a cowboy on his horse chasing this woman who's laughing, but she's like extremely beautiful with this long white like dress, just like, you know, running away from him, but in like a playful kind of way. I could really see that. And sometimes they would merge together and it would be like this, I could see like a stars in the sky, and it would be like quite a beautiful dance that was going on. It's very complex, so I'm not going to get too into it. Oh, sorry, my back is killing me. All right, next song is called A Dangerous Thing.
Something about you is soft like an angel, and something inside you is violence and danger. And you, from the moment we met, you are a dangerous thing.
That is really wonderful.
When you
I knew from the guitar
ready,
this was going to sound nice.
You're a dangerous thing.
Ooh, she done that lovely.
There's no end to the fall. You keep on getting better. I keep forgetting. There's no love in the end. In the end, no love in the end. No love in the end. Something about you is warm and seductive. When you're with me, you're cold and abusive. You are a dangerous flame. There's no way.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it. But wow, she's really honing in on those vocals, those very like you know, very Middle Eastern kind of tones going on, but also very Spanishy too. I can't think of what the word would be. Is it like Latin sort of sound, or Greek, or you'd have to let me know. I'm not very good with all that sort of stuff, but knowing what exactly the culture it is and so on, or country it kind of originates from. But she's very honing in on those little melismas, those trills that are used very much in Indian singing. And I know that because I had to do a whole term on Indian singing when I was at uni, and a lot of it has those little trill moments. It's you know, that sort of thing. And she doesn't go that far with it, but she does little moments, and that's what makes it sound so like majestic, and it makes you want to go, ooh. It's dramatic. It's like a beautiful telenovela. But it's passionate and gorgeous. But the words of this one, again, these bloody words, this is going to take me so long to get into all these songs, like off of the reaction. I'm going to be just there like, I don't know, really just loving every minute, if I'm honest. All right, okay. I'm going to read what she said now about the song, because I'm just too curious and impatient. Okay. She says, there's a lot of beauty in this world, and there's a lot of ugly. I was surprised to learn how often the ugly is disguised as beauty. How often poison is disguised as wine, and life disguised as death. And when we learn that what we thought was good for us is in fact bad for us, even then we tend to go to return to it. Because at least it's familiar, and all we ever dream about is home. Seductive, yet destructive. A dangerous thing indeed. I don't know why I read it like that. It just felt like I needed to, you know. Wow, yes, true, and like very much to talk about people. You know, bad relationships, bad friends, bad parents, bad children. No, not children. They're angels. Some of them are. Yeah, let's just not go any further. Anyway, but no, really, that's so true. I love the wine disguise. poison disguised as wine. I always think that. I always think like literally drinking alcohol is just drinking poison. It's crazy. But you know, good time every now and then, not always. But yeah, no, I love that. Very cool. And very meaningful once again.
I keep forgetting there's no love in the end. I hope you come. I keep on losing faith.
Feels like talking about addiction too.
There's no love in the end. 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 Oh, I wonder why have you gone?
Wow.
Deep inside of me, I keep the light on. I keep.
Wait. I don't think I know myself without your help. I wonder why I have got a heaven deep inside of me. Sorry, she sang that amazingly too. But okay, just take that line as a standalone line, without the context of what the song is about or whatever. I just really feel that. I think living as a positive person, someone who tries to live their life through positivity and trying to make the best of a bad situation or whatever, that kind of feels like having a heaven inside of you, a ball of light, living in the light, living through light, giving light, can often feel heavenly or angelic in a way, where and this is something that I've just been feeling a lot recently, enlightenment, I suppose, of that kind of sense of heaven inside. I don't know, that I just love that line. That really spoke to me. Anyway, I don't think I know myself without your help. That's interesting though. I wonder why I've got a heaven deep inside of me. I keep the light on. It keeps me warm. I hate it when I fall for your illusion of love. I know this is not love. And in a weird way, when I listen to all that in one, it feels like talking about addiction in a way, and comfort that we have from, you know, going towards dangerous things and then being like, no, I shouldn't have done this. I wish I didn't, because it was all just an illusion, you know?
Without your help, I wonder why have you got a heaven deep inside of me.
That's so
I
beautiful.
keep the light on, it keeps me warm. I hate it when I fall for your illusion of love.
Yeah.
There's no end to the fall. You keep on getting better. There's no love in the end. I keep forgetting. There's no love in the end. There's no end to the fall.
Wow.
You keep on getting better. I keep on losing feathers. I keep forgetting. There's no love in the end. No love in the end.
Losing feathers. It's like losing feathers from your wings. Wow. Another quite deep one and very purposeful one, and it's very important. But that's so interesting, like no love in the end. And she talks so much about love in the whole thing, you know, like there is love, there isn't love, there is love, you know, like giving into love, it's hard to love, I'm scared of love, I mean, I exist for love. It's all about love and like all the different, like, you know, thoughts, worries, beauty, and all this stuff that goes around love. It's like every song is about love. Every song is a love song in its own way. Wow, yeah, absolutely do love that. All right, next song is called Artemis. Ooh.
What will you do when she drinks the sea? Drown her in sorrow or let her be free? When she's upset, all her heart is cold. What will you do when
Wow.
she's full? All of her heart is warm.
Ooh.
The mother made us a savage daughter. They all came back for more.
Sounds very French. Oh, I love it. That's beautiful.
What will you do when she takes your throne? Beg for
Oh.
her power or throw her
Oh.
bone. All that she has,
The way that moved from ear to ear
is yours. Beg for her body or touch her soul. When you're alone, dreaming of her, you sigh.
This is so beautiful.
The mother made us a savage daughter who never begs for forgiveness. The gods have made us a virgin hunter who in the storm becomes stillness. I came back for more. Came back for more.
Wow. That's another one that's just blown me away. What was that instrument that was being played? Like, what was it? I see here there's a theremin, bandoneon. I just don't know what that one was though. But it just sounds so French. And then the way it trailed off into like, and then like went into like one ear to the other ear, but in like a very subtle way. I could even listen to what she was saying because I was so like locked into what like that instrument was. Sounds a little bit like an accordion in a way, doesn't it? But not quite. I don't know. It just sounded so good. And like the words again, I liked it when she said, "What will you do when she takes off her clothes, beg for her body or touch your soul?" Wow. That's so cool. I love it. So Aurora says, I wanted the song to feel slightly dangerous and slightly seductive, but overwhelming as well. It is overwhelming for sure. I love it. I think if Artemis was a real woman here on Earth, she would be all-consuming and all-knowing and overwhelming. Everything and nothing at the same time. I think she is the kind of woman that if she decided that she was thirsty, she could drink all the water on the whole planet and still not be full, you know. Also someone who just always wants more, you know, never satisfied sort of thing. That is interesting too. She's talking a lot about different women, powerful women. I wonder if like she ever thinks of them as, does she think of them as completely different to herself? Or does she see them as stuff that she kind of is mesmerized by? Or is it parts of her that she's singing about too? I don't know. But that's so, freaking good. Like what? It just sounds astonishingly beautiful. I'm so happy with the theme of this album. It's certainly different to the other themes because the other themes had different themes going on, but this has got a very cinematic, passionate Western at times, like I said, Latin, Spanish at times, you know, Greek and so on like that. It's very, I don't know, I just feel it on a beautiful level and I'm, Okay, next song, Blood in the Wine. Wow. Talk about Western. Ooh.
I was given a heart before I was given a mind.
Ooh.
A thirst for pleasure and war, a hunger we keep inside. We fell from sky with grace, and life gave us a sweeter taste.
I love the darker kind of sound.
The flesh and the fruit and the blood in the wine. Feel alive, lover. Come and feel the love like a sinner.
Ooh. Love the energy, love it. Love it. And also I just love that darker tone that like Aurora has sometimes. It's very mischievous, but it's like it has something to it that is so like intentional too. You know, in a way that she's like, you can really feel that kind of energy being poured out of her, and it's in that intentional way just to be like, really fit into the music and the words that are being said. She can really change her tones for different types of sound in such beautiful ways. She's like an actress in her voice, and I love it. I'm just going to read what this is about just before I go any further. The symbolism in it is very inspired by religious terms. I get a lot of inspiration from faith because it's so complex. This song is about the whole complexity in this relationship. I think it's important for me that people find their own meaning in this song, but I would love people to feel strengthened by it. Okay, that's great, because what I was going to say is it actually sounded like someone who might be like lesbian at first, because it was like, you know, about being a sinner but being in love. Shout it louder, shout for the ones who could never say, ones that, like, you know, people who were either like weren't able to come out and so on, like that. And I won't feel ashamed mother, can you break the chains off her? Like, is she saying I don't feel like, maybe saying to your parent, you know, I'm not ashamed, I'm who I am, break the chains off her, shout it louder, not a sinner, she's a lover. You know, it sounds like maybe someone's speaking up for their sister or a girlfriend, I don't know. So in a weird way, I kind of took it as like, you know, being gay and so on, and being like, I don't care, I'm not ashamed, and I'm going to say it loud for all the people that found it hard to, you know, say. At the same time, it just feels like it could be for anything and everything. Just don't be ashamed about anything. Things that like religion tells you not to do, just, you know, that are like kind of silly, you know what I mean? Just don't be ashamed and just be what you want to be, as long as it's not hurting anybody or yourself, you know.
And grass burning and promised lands you can drink, you can feast. There's beauty in your being.
I love that.
The flesh and the fruit and the blood in the world. I feel alive, lover. I won't feel ashamed, mother. Can you break the chains of a challenge? She's a say I won't feel ashamed. Mother, can you break the chains of a shouting louder? Not a sailor, she's a lover.
This one I can definitely see naked people dancing around a fire. That's so cool. Tribal again, love it. Felt very Western and tribal at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Oh, another brilliant one. Just like, oh, it's just so fun. It kind of reminds me of like Churchyard in the sense of that like beat, dun, dun, you know, and just very like passionate and big in that way with a lot of energy. I really, really like that. But also reminds me of the end of All Is Soft Inside and so on. Yeah, great one. Really nice one to put right there. Really amazing song placement in this album, actually. Okay, next song, second to last song. It's called This Could Be a Dream. Nice jazzy feeling.
This could be a dream, and don't come up for air. You won't need it here. Can I move you? Can I soothe your fear? Could you trust love if I prove it's there? Oh, I need to know you too. I know I should figure this out on my own, but if you come back, could you take me home? I get back up when the wind.
Interesting. This feels like a really like early 2000s type of like song like this. Like, you know, like a very slow kind of, or maybe mid to like 20, I don't know. It just feels like it's got like a, something I've heard but before, you know, 2000s somewhere.
Strong, but I wish I knew how it felt to run.
Maybe like 2009, 10, 8, 7. Oh, that sounds like an interesting little string moment there. But yeah, it's really cute, but also like, oh, it just feels like a very like self-discovery sort of thing. Like, you know, I lift myself and I close my eyes and I sing sometimes to know I'm alive. I know I should figure this out on my own, but if you come back, could you take me home? I get back up when the wind is strong, but I wish I knew how it felt to run. I know I'm not alone, and if you come back, could you take me home? You know, it just feels very like, you know, I'm really trying, and I know I need to figure it all out, but it's really difficult. And, you know, can you just please take me home? Like, can you help me out? Someone, please. And I don't know whether that's like happiness coming back to take her home, or like something beautiful, you know, like, or a real person, or, you know, maybe alien, like, you know, mothership and so on. I'm not sure. I'm just going to read what she said quickly before we get to the end of the song. I wrote this very late, so it was completely dark the whole time. I was thinking about people's dark hours, and I wanted to make a song for those who never learn to dance and run because they're just managing to stand up. It takes so many muscles for a human body to even stand up, so I can understand why people can't find the strength for it. It's very hard to be a human, and I'm just saddened by the idea that some people never get to explore their own full potential because they constantly have to simply fight for the right to exist. That just breaks my heart, so I wanted to make a song for them. Oh, that's really, really beautiful and makes a lot of sense too. There's a lot of people, you know, let's not ever forget our privilege. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously I don't know where all of you are from or what all of you do or what all of your situations are, but there's always some sort of privilege in some way, and there's always someone worse off and who are fighting daily just to, you know, have a voice, or sometimes can't even stand up at all because of their situation and so on. But this is beautiful. I love it. Wow. Being washed away in a dream. So interesting. I also feel like the song could be literally for anyone who needs a voice, you know, like anyone, no matter what situation, whether you be going through a, you know, domestic sort of stuff, or addiction, or, you know, SA, the, you know, RAPE, or something awful, you know, and you feel like you haven't been able to have a voice and stuff. It feels like that too, in a way, singing for those sorts of people. When she says, could you trust love if I prove it's there? That makes sense too. Like, you know, people who have been hurt in that way, like whether it be from an abusive boyfriend or girlfriend, or like a parent. And Aurora's just saying, if I prove there's love, could you trust it? That you can be loved and you can find love and you can love too. You know, things like that. So beautiful. Yeah, all the words are just so in touch in that way, just about, you know, she's asking herself, can I trust love? I'm trying, and I wish I could give as much as I could give, and I don't know, I just love it. Anyway, it's a last song now, a little place called the Moon. Last song. Here we go. I love it. so nice. I love this. That is so freaking beautiful. Okay. I'm going to pause it before it gets into it, but we just had 2 minutes of oohs and ahs, and it was so freaking nice. Gosh, that's so impressive. Like, you don't even need real lyrics sometimes just to really get into a beautiful sound and feel the energy from it. It felt very blue to me and white, but also that tribal sound once again. But it felt like tribal, like beats, but it felt like everything was in the clouds. Like it was very lifted in some way. Ah, wonderful. Freaking love that. It's like underwater there.
I can see it in my mind. I can see them get in line.
Yes, traveling upwards.
I can see it in my mind. I can see them get in line.
Her vocals are just astonishing.
Like a dream about to bloom. We are going to the moon. Like a dream about to bloom. We are going to the moon. We are going to the moon.
Heavenly. Wow. Another freaking amazing song. And like that one at the end, bloody beautiful. What? It's like saying good night. Do you know what I mean? Like, good night now. Fucking hell. Oh. Aurora said, a little place called The Moon has been in the back of my head for a long, long time before I decided to finally record it. It's the most spiritual song. Right, please, you have to believe me. I felt like I had to tell you before I read this. I was going to say, but I didn't want to pause it. It felt almost the most spiritual song on the album because there's something about it that actually felt out of this world. You know, it felt like she was just her soul singing that. Something very spiritual, just singing it. It felt incredibly mature in a sense of like, it felt like thousands years old, like a 1,000-year-old wise spirit singing the song. It's so funny that I've just read this, her say that, because I really wish I said it first, but I know you'll believe me anyway, because, you know, what am I if not authentic? But anyway, I'll keep reading. It's the most spiritual song. I feel very in touch with a lot of ancient and spiritual things. I'm imagining you and me and all of us just standing up and walking towards something great and hopeful and beautiful that lies there, far ahead in our future. And eventually we're all going to the moon. I just like the idea of us all going to the moon. We'll get to look down at ourselves from up there and see how small and beautiful and large we are at the same time. Ah, absolutely phenomenal, Aurora. Aurora. I can never say her name right properly. Is her name right? Okay, I'm tired now. Okay, what do I say about the album? Fucking fantastic. I mean, what? More than I could ever hope for. Blown me away. Once again. I can't wait to hear it like 10 more times. Well, I mean, what do you want me to say? You all know. It's fucking amazing. It's so good. Like, what? All the different sounds. No idea what my favourites are. I don't know how you pick that, really. I really loved Everything Matters. When that first came in, I was like, oh, that's got a feeling I like. But then obviously You Keep Me Crawling was so good too. Is This For Love is just a classically amazing one. Oh my gosh, just so many. I don't really know. A Little Place Called the Moon was so amazing at the end there. Artemis, but I literally don't know. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like and subscribe, and yes, all of that sort of stuff. Links in the description and so on. And please let me know which one stood out to you on the album on your, first listen and so on. But anyway, see ya. Bye.